In the spring, I think you were just pretty much working it in, but now you're going back and forth a little bit. How's that been for you?
I love it. I mean, it gives me opportunity to show that I'm versatile. I can play inside, outside. I can play the nose. I can play whatever they want me to play on the D line. So I love it. I'm enjoying it, and I mean, I'm getting a lot of insight from guys like Isaiah Nichols, TC. They helped me a lot, you know. So I mean, I love it so far.
Zach, you had dropped a little bit of weight throughout the season last year. I think you were trying to get back up to about that 260 spot. How has your weight journey been, and how are you playing with it right now?
Yeah, it's been shaky, like up and down. Like I don't have a problem gaining weight, but my main thing is, keeping it. So I think I've done a lot better. I have somebody who helps me maintain my weight, but I'm more like 255 right now. I still need to get like an extra 5, 10 pounds, but it's a lot easier now than last year because I know last year I was just losing, losing, losing. So I don't think it's going to really be a problem this year.
Is this your year? Is this your opportunity to take over as a starting spot?
Yes, I feel like it is. I have a lot of experience. I've become one with my body, like with the weight and stuff like that. And I feel like there's no reason that I shouldn't have just a breakout this year.
How difficult is it to learn from a different defensive line coach each season? I think you guys have had somebody different each year.
Yeah, it's been hard because every coach, they have their own style of coaching. So just like with Coach Adams, he wants us to be tighter to the linemen. And last year, Coach Ashley wanted us to be looser to the linemen. So it's an adjusting period, but as soon as you like get it, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, kind of like the same we kind of said. It's a little it's like difficult for like the coaching style wise, but I mean we have so many coaches. Kind of like for me, it's kind of easy to adapt to certain people's like way they want us to play because we had so many different, and some of them kind of you can compare to a little bit. So I mean, it's been difficult, but it's not been too bad to learn from each and every one of them.
Kind of along that same line, Eric and Zach too. But if you've been able to take something from each of those guys, maybe, and it's made you a better defensive lineman.
Yeah, I mean, every coach we had, I learned something from every one of them, man. And just like the last Coach Deke, he has a mixture of like really all of them. So I mean, and then just putting that into like the film and like field work and stuff like that, like it's a big difference. So man, I love it.
I'll ask y'all both about the pass rush in general, because if you look at the returning stats and sacks, it's not a huge number. How do you feel about your ability to create a pass rush this year?
I feel like it's a lot better because Coach Adams, like what Eric just said, he teaches us a lot of stuff, and he's an old head, so he has a lot of people, plays, everything under his belt. So I think that he's really taught me a lot of stuff that I feel like other people have tried to teach me, but he taught me in a certain way because he knows how to coach players. I feel like we're gonna be a lot better because everybody learns differently, and he really adapts to each player. So I feel like that's a major benefit.
Yeah, exactly what he said. He knows how to adapt to every player, and he's been around for a long time from SEC to different conferences and stuff like this. So he's bringing a lot of that knowledge he had from those different conferences and from being SEC to us. And I mean, and the coaching style he has, like you said, he can adapt to every one of our needs, like tough coaching, or he can be a little soft, but not too soft. I mean, it's very beneficial for everybody so they can learn.
We've had a few guys come through the room from online talking about Deshaun, like his weight gain, improvement. And Coach Adams was just saying that. Can you say what you've seen out of Deshaun?
Deshaun, he puts all his physical effort into every single play, and that is something very good about him. Like everybody knows he's not the biggest one, he's probably not the strongest one, but when it comes to heart, I feel like he has the biggest heart out of all of us. And he'll just put everything on the line, play by play. Some people we get a little off track by it, but Deshaun is laser focused. So I feel like that's what really helps him, and that's why he's doing so good.
Yeah, his effort, man, it's crazy, man. It's just he come from he come from punt to punt return. How he just come and like he doesn't lose a step. He has all types of energy, and he's like you say, he's not the strongest guy, he's not the fastest guy, but I mean he's working every play. So I mean that's I wish I could add that to my game. Really, that's why I try to win my game, because the seeing that every play, it makes you want to be like that. It makes you want to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Adams said Terry Hampton has been really incredible in the weight room and then also just out there on the practice field. But what have you guys seen out of him, and how has he been adjusting to the team?
Man, Terry, from what I've seen, Terry's been dominant, man. Very dominant. He's more of a shorter guy, but he's not too short. So man, he has that power, he has that punch, he can pass rush, he can move. It's crazy just seeing how big he is, but he can move. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's strong and he has great technique. Like even if someone gets their hands on him, he finds a way to like get their hands off of him. And you know, as soon I feel like once he like really learns our plays, he could be a really, really big help to us. So I can't wait to see what he does.
Same kind of question about Nico Davier. Just how is he as a freshman? It seems like he's really stood out for a young guy.
Man, Nico, he kind of reminds me of myself a little bit when I came in, more the heavier side of being the end. So I've seen that. I'm trying to coach him up a little bit of my knowledge about stuff like that, knowing like he probably gonna be an inside, but he can also play outside. So man, but seeing him so far, he's been dominant, man. He's for a freshman, it's like he's just his effort, he's so raw. But when you coach that and you like monitor that, like he gonna be amazing.
Yeah, his natural abilities, you can really see it because when you're coming from high school, most of the time you don't really have that good of coaching, but just his natural abilities as is very impressive. And I feel like once he really gets, deeper with Coach Adams and a little bit more coaching, he's going to really be a big factor in the games.
With Hampton, I was curious, what kind of numbers is he throwing around? What kind of weights is he throwing around in the weight room, bench,
Man.
squat, whatnot?
So I'm really his partner most of the time with benching and stuff like that, and he's throwing 4 or 5 up for reps, just crazy. It's something that I can't do basically. And it's just crazy just seeing how he just throwing that up. I'm like, dang, I wish I can do that. And then squat numbers like 650 easily. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't lift with him because I don't lift that, but I just know he's really strong. So that's all I know.
You guys are both heading into year 4. Ben recruited out of high school and stuff. Last year, there were 3 transfer defensive linemen that came in. This year, there are 3 more defensive linemen that came in from transfer. What has that been like, that dynamic of, you guys have you've been here, obviously, and then, kind of welcome in a set of new guys every year like that are older veteran players?
Honestly, I guess I kind of thought about that, but I never really let it affect me because I knew if there's 3 new people always coming in each year, that it would break down on your psyche. Like, what am I doing wrong? This, that, or the other thing. But really, I say, welcome to the team. We're gonna push each other. Iron sharpens iron, and that's just the way it is, really, for me.
Like you said, I welcome, man, because we need help. Like we lose D linemen, like it's like ain't nothing. We need the D linemen. So man, I welcome them, man. I try to give them knowledge that I can. I try to take from with them what they know to my game. So man, I really don't think about like he's gonna take my spot or stuff like that. We just out here working, man, and so the best man is gonna play.
Looking at your bio here, 27 tackles 2 years ago, 27 last year. How do you maybe take that next step, make a little noise, or maybe go for that breakout year?
Me, it's just more being consistent with my game, run, pass. I want to show my ability that I can get after the pass and I can also stop the run. So I feel like to take my game to the next level, I got to focus more and being more consistent with my game.
I guess Jordan Dominic had a rough start to camp, but is starting to get a lot better. What did you see out of him early, and how has he progressed?
Just like coming in just from being with a new coach, it's just like it was like a lot of raw stuff he had. But you see he had the ability, he had the skill. It was just raw because it was probably stuff he's never done before. And now he's getting a hang of it. You can actually see his skill, you see his knowledge for the game. So yeah.
Yeah, and I could really say the same thing because he came from Georgia Tech and this is Arkansas. It's 2 different leagues or whatever. But in the beginning, you could obviously see he had a lot of skill, but now he's just starting to fine tune it. And I feel like that's a major contributor to what he's actually showing people on the field. He runs to the ball on each play. Like no matter how tired he is, he'll throw up and he'll run to the ball. Like he has a lot of spirit, and I think he's going to do a lot of good things.
What have y'all seen out of Landon Jackson now that he's back on the practice field with y'all?
He's strong. Yeah, he real strong. Like he's kind of young too, so he still messes up and stuff like that. But you can just see like he's gonna be really good because he stays in his gap most of the time. He's very welcoming to coaching. Coach Adams will say something to him, yes sir, and he'll fix it. So I think he's gonna be really good.
Like you said, he's a little raw, but like you see his ability, like the length, his speed. He's like he's the biggest DN, well, height-wise, biggest DN, but he has speed is crazy. So, and his length with it, you just see his ability. But with the coaching, that with deep, couple more years of that, man, he's gonna be great.
You guys both been here with Isaiah for a while now. How have you seen him develop? What kind of player do you think he is right now? And how important is he to the dynamic of the room? And
I feel like Isaiah is like the core in our room because he's a leader. He's been here for so long. He knows the playbook. He helps everyone with the playbook, me, including the upper class and the younger class. And I feel like he's a very big, crucial part into the D line because he just helps everybody stay focused, lock in, and vocal. He's a vocal leader. We don't really have too many vocal leaders in our group. And so just being a vocal leader, he helps everybody out.
Yeah, really, as long as I knew him, he was like that. Like you could tell he was a vocal leader. He was always in the books, even from when I was a freshman. Like I would ask him something, he would just spit it right back out to me. I'm a DN, and he's like a nose and tackle stuff like that. So I feel like he's just always been like that. But since it's kind of more of his time, he's like really out there on it. He really helps us. To be honest, I think it would be a whole lot different if we didn't have Isaiah because he's a major factor to us in the D line.
just from a physical standpoint, now that he's a pretty mature player now, what do you guys see from him physically? What makes him an effective SEC, player on the inside there?
Yeah, he's got a lot stronger. I would say that he's got a lot stronger, a lot quicker on the line. I can say that from, a couple of years being with him, stuff like that. That's about it. Like he just gradually progresses each year. And so that's what I can say about it.
Like you said, he progresses each year. And then for me, what I see is his mental. From last year to now, his mental aspect is just, he's grown so much with mentally, man. So like every down, he's after it. He's getting us right. We tired. He's come on, lock in. We got to get this. We got to get off the field. I mean, this is what we need on the D line, and that's what he's giving to us.
You guys are talking earlier about just some different coaches. Well, what's it been like playing for Coach Adams? Kind of what's his style? How do you think he relates to you guys and gets the most out of y'all?
I feel like with the coaching style, I feel like he has a mixture of our last coach Ashley and our coach before LeBlanc. He has a mixture of both of those, and he's has so much history with the game. He has like so much knowledge with different type of players, so he know how to adapt to our needs, and he also know how to get after us when we not doing what we're supposed to do. And just with that, it's really amazing how he can do that with adapt to each player needs. So
yeah, exactly what he said. He'll get on to you, but you can tell that it's not coming from a malicious, mindset. He's really trying to help you. And I feel like that's why we can't get mad at him, even if, he's yelling, screaming at us, because he's trying to help us. And you can genuinely see from his eyes, from the way he's talking, that he wants to help us. And I feel like that is something that a lot of people don't actually experience when they're getting coached, because, a lot of coaches are there for other reasons. But I feel like with Coach Adams, he's really there to help us. I feel like a lot of people are clinging to that and doing better.
Zach, just real quick, just impressions of Eric through camp and just what makes him a valuable piece of the line.
He's versatile. He's big. He could be on the edge. He could be inside. He knows the plays, Yeah, he could be put anywhere on the line, and that's really good to say.
That's exactly what I was going to do. What do you think about his game and where he's going to be better this year?
I feel like his pass rushing ability, I feel like he's grown a lot more. He's been putting in the extra work to get better at that. So I've been seeing a lot of that, the bending, his speed, and he's just in tune with a lot of that now. So he's going to be a very much more effective in the pass game than previous years.
He might not throw up that weight, but he did backflips out of his crib, according to his dad.
Yeah, he did say I did that. So.
For both you guys, Torian, how do you think he's handling the rehab and not being able to, practice right now? And how is he staying engaged with you guys?
Man, Corey, he's like another assistant coach out there, man. He's yelling from the sideline, giving everybody momentum, energy. Torian, he's different, man. He's different. His mental aspect is just different. So even though he got injured and stuff like that, his mental aspect has not changed to the game. He's in tune with everything from the plays to film. He's coaching everybody in the room. It's crazy. It's just see that, like, how he's still in tune, even though he had energy. Like he's not lacking or nothing like that. He's still in the game. Like he's actually not hurt. So You know,
Yeah, he's still on the same stuff as he was when he was playing with us. The only difference is he's not on the line with us right now. But sometimes I don't even notice that because he's so, like Eric said, he's like so into it. He's not one of the people once you get hurt, they close down and shut off and stuff like that. He's just not the type of person. Like he'll really help you, just like with Isaiah. He'll help you no matter what your position is, and that's what I really like about Torian.
Thanks, Audrey.